Let's hit the field.
It is Wednesday, July 23rd, and it was one of the more ugly games in recent Yankees memory. And baby, that's saying something. The Yankees did not show up against the Blue Jays. Defense was an absolute abomination. I'm here with Terrence Kemp tonight to talk it over as we recap the Yankees series against the Blue Jays. Coming up next, this is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
You watch the game? I mean, didn't it suck? It sucked.
Yikes. Well, Terrence, I had high hopes for this game a couple of times. The Yankees showed fight a couple of times. We had a couple of game-tying home runs. But that might have been the sloppiest baseball that the Yankees have played defensively all year. 4 errors and 5 hits. So they had almost as many errors as they had hits tonight. This was not a surprise because it's something we've been talking about all year long, really year over year over year, even in the World Series last year, sloppy baseball. And it seems no matter which players they bring in, there's always more sloppy baseball, guys not covering bases, just errors on routine plays. Terrence, I'm at a loss for words. What are your thoughts?
I think that they really need to have – I don't want to hear about, players-only meeting. I really think as an organization they need to have like a come-to-Jesus moment. Need to look at themselves in the mirror and really kind of ask themselves what kind of baseball team is this, because they are sinking and they are sinking fast. I am currently looking at the standings. They are 56-46. They are 2.5 games over in the wild card standings, but you have the Seattle Mariners that are just 2 games back, the Red Sox that are just 2 games back, which, by the way, I believe they're still in the 9th inning with the Phillies. They're tied 6-6 right now. You got the Tampa Bay Rays that are 3 games back, and they are, and I'm talking about wins here, and you have a 4-game set with them after Philly.
And they don't go away, man. They're not going away. They're going to play us tough, too.
There is some critical series coming up right now with the trade deadline coming up, man, and it's just remember when they said we're going to tighten up the defense? Like that was kind of the off-season plan.
Yeah, why do we even listen to what they say, right? I mean, they also say Volpe's an elite defender, right? I mean, I don't know if you caught Talking Yanks with Boone. I mean, look, the defense just continues to be a problem year after year after year, and I don't know what you can do other than change the leadership, other than change the organizational philosophy. We had a comment just a minute ago that I lost track of, but it said, like, our offense sucks, our pitching sucks, and our defense sucks, but other than that, we're pretty good. So, I mean, just a horrible night. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get to the score here. So I'll just recap the game real quick, and then Terrence and I will kind of rant a little bit. We'll recap the series, and we got a bunch of voicemails of people who are very unhappy. We're going to take some comments. This is going to be one of those ones where we kind of let the audience drive the bus a little bit. But the game actually started off with a great defensive gem. Do you remember that? The play by Grisham, under the radar, made a really nice running catch. You know, we jumped out to an early lead. Dominguez with a home run. He broke the 0 for 18 slump. You know, Volpe hit a skyscraper home run to tie it up. Honestly, I hate it when he hits home runs like that because it's like it reinforces a bad approach when he's popping everything up and it just happens to go out. Defense just fell completely apart tonight. Sloppy, lazy, boneheaded mistakes. Escara letting balls get by him. Fried not covering home. You got Jazz Chisholm, tries to cosplay as Jeter and airmails it. I mean, you had Bellinger lose one in the twilight. Dominguez, 2 balls got by him in the outfield. Not his best night, despite the home run. Judge hit a home run. Woohoo. 37 home runs now. But the Yankees had 4 errors. And the Jays, I mean, give them credit. They played solid baseball. And look, they just look like a better team. And the Yankees, I don't even know if we've said this a few times, I don't even know if there exists the players to fix the problems that this team has right now. It almost feels like you need to reboot, right? I mean, I'll give you an example that's kind of like not exactly baseball related. Like a month ago, I was working on the postgame show. I had to rebuild the whole thing because it was getting so like broken. I had so many like layers and things out of place and like stuff that I wasn't using anymore. And it was just like this big broken thing, and it slowed down my whole computer and it messed up all my processes. I just had to wipe the slate clean and just spend an entire night. I ordered pizza, drank coffee, and I rebuilt the whole thing from the ground up. I almost feel like the Yankees need to redo their organizational philosophy from the ground up. Stop being so reliant on the home run. Go back to playing fundamental baseball. Like, it's like they forgot the things that made them so successful all those years during the dynasty era, which was like good team, fundamental baseball, great base running, capitalizing on mistakes. Now they're the ones that are always making the mistakes. And worse, we got Aaron Boone like excusing the mistakes. You know, he sits there in the press conferences after the game and says, "Oh, we're still a great team. It's right there in front of us." And he makes excuses, silly excuses that are BS, and we know they're BS. And there's no accountability, and we had some calls about this, and I've said it before. I know Francesa said this. Redirect some of that energy that you have at getting angry at the umpires towards your own players to maybe light a fire once in a while. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just brutal to watch, and I feel like the Boone, especially because he's kind of the figurehead with the organization at the moment. He's the one who talks the most, obviously, with the whole kind of organization. But it's almost like he treats the fan base like we're stupid. Like, we watch the games, dude. Maybe I don't know baseball as well as you do because you're a third-generation player and you've been around the game your entire life. Okay, dude, I get it. But I know the game. I know the game well enough to watch the game and know what it looks like. And this is just bad. This is just a bad team right now. I don't think they are a bad team, but they're playing like one right now. There's so many holes. I think, Derek, honestly, I think a legitimate argument can be made, not so much selling at the deadline, but like a retooling at the deadline. You know, like moving some major league pieces and letting some younger players play. And that sometimes lights a spark with an organization, with a team, when you got some of that youth that's injected. And I'm kind of like, F it, man. Like, I am almost at that point where maybe they look at it that way instead of buying pieces. Because me, it's like, I'm not going to give up young assets in the minor leagues right now to make a final push to the postseason. You're not even in first place in your division right now. I don't even think they're going to win the division right now. You're quickly losing ground in the wild card standings. I mean, the teams behind you are like breathing down their neck. So I don't understand why you're selling young assets in the minor leagues to buy a maybe an ALCS sort of appearance, and then you're probably going to lose to Detroit or Houston, man.
Yeah, I agree. It feels a little bit like 2022 to me, where it's like you probably got enough to make the playoffs. You'll probably beat up on some bad teams down the stretch. I mean, they finish off against the White Sox and the Orioles. Orioles will be out of it by then. You know, they play Minnesota in September. Minnesota they are typically a doormat for the Yankees. You know, you play Washington and Chicago White Sox at the end of August. You can beat these teams and you can, you know, make up some ground, but they still play like crap against good teams because they don't play baseball. I mean, they think every game is a home run hitting contest. And I mean, yeah, they hit some home runs, but tonight is a testament that you got to do other things. You got to pick up the ball. You got to cover bases. All these little things add up over the course of the season. We got a comment here from Rick Avocado. Says roster is secondary right now to their approach. And, you know, they're just going for a swing and highlights. But yeah, I agree. The approach in general of, you know, not getting runners over, right? Not getting runners in from third is just frustrating. I see you cracking up. You must see a comment.
Yeah.
What'd you say here?
I saw Mr. John Harvey. Yankee fans are so delusional. I don't think we are a bad team, but we're playing like one. WTF are you going on about? I don't know. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think they have good players. Aaron Judge, one of the best players I've ever watched. Max Fried having a Cy Young caliber season, but not playing well. The
pivot, I mean, there's a difference between having good players and being a good team, okay? The Yankees are not a good team right now. They are not well constructed. They don't play well together. They're a mess. And, yeah, they drop another one. They drop the series. let's go ahead and go to the series recap and just kind of, talk about this from a high level. We got a couple of super chats here. Franklin says, if the Yankees lose the next series, don't bother buying at the deadline. Just do a fire sale with the players they have with some value. And after the season goes over, Hal needs to change the entire organization. And then Arnes Moises says, can't rebuild the Yankees, wasting Judge's prime. 100% are wasting his prime. And then, that was a big clutch home run from Judge tonight. He's hit a couple of big clutch home runs this year. The Yankees have lost the game. Gator says, thank God for Big Nick Turturro. Nobody can express how I'm feeling better. I hate this team. Turturro's funny, man. I like him. But just in terms of the series, the defense was crap, not only tonight, but, you remember game one. The errors from Volpe and Peraza, and then Volpe another one last night. Schlittler was pretty impressive. His second big league start, I thought he threw the ball well. Home runs, they hit some home runs, but it was not enough. Fried, I thought was okay tonight. He got off to a good start. Looked like he kind of started having some problems with that blister towards the end of the start. I was a little bit worried about that. Rice hit the big home run yesterday, but, the Jays, right now, they're a better team, TK. I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah, and you know why? Because they play baseball. They put the ball in play. They're annoying. They have ridiculously long at-bats. They grind out at-bats, foul pitches off. They're kind of like that Cleveland team last year. It's like a pesky, annoying team. But they put the ball in play, and they get the big hit, and they pitch, and, they do kind of all the things right. They make the plays in the field, and you can go on and on about that. But I don't even know, I guess, how to figure. Right now, the Yankees don't have a third baseman. You could trade for Eugenio Suarez, but, you're probably going to have to cough up Spencer Jones if you want to.
And that doesn't help the defense. He's one of the worst defensive third basemen in baseball.
He's not a good defender at all. I don't want Brian Hayes. I know he's a great defender, but he can't. He's, basically, I'd rather have Peraza than Brian Hayes, to be honest with you. Volpe's been an issue, and I don't know. Anthony Volpe must have, the Epstein list on Aaron Boone.
Oh, jeez, come on.
And it is just ridiculous how much this guy bends over backwards to defend him. And then he got so annoyed on Talking Yanks, the interview that you're talking about, where they're questioning Anthony Volpe. It's like, dude, there's nothing wrong with saying Anthony Volpe hasn't had a good season. He hasn't, period.
Yeah,
he hasn't been good defensively. He's never really been good offensively, but at least the first 2 years in the league, he could play some defense, and that's just out the window this year.
Some of the averages here at the end of the lineup: Volpe was 214, Escara 205, Peraza 147, and Vivas, who came into pinch hit, 164. It's tough to put together rallies when the bottom of your order is basically an automatic out. So let's get to some voicemails here. This one's about Boone.
Good evening, Derek. This is Hugh from Brooklyn. Unless the Yankees get rid of Boone, they aren't even going to make the playoffs. I'm sick of looking at this slop. Good evening.
Yeah, I think he's kind of echoing what you said, which is the playoffs are in doubt at this point.
Yeah.
And maybe they should be. Maybe that's, what happened the last time they missed the playoffs? They went out and got Soto. Cashman actually had some balls. This is a $300 million roster in what's supposed to be a weak American League, and the Yankees are still underperforming. They got off to a decent start, but it has totally collapsed. Do you think that there's any world in which Aaron Boone gets fired at some point? Definitely not before the end of the season, but I could see them not bringing him back if they miss the playoffs.
If they miss the playoffs, I'll tell you this. I don't think it'll happen in season. No way. I don't think if that happens, it would be in the off season. But if they miss the playoffs, I don't understand how you look your fan base in the face and say we're running it back.
Yeah. David Ishikawa with a great stat says, Susan Waldman noted that the Yankees made 12 errors in 10 games with the Blue Jays.
Or defense.
All right. Here's another one. This is
Hey, Derek, this is D from Virginia. Look, check this out. Big fan of your show. Big fan of the New York Yankees. Tonight was not the night. This was horrible, horrible baseball by the New York Yankees.
Yeah, there's no better way to describe it. Just horrible baseball. I don't even know if that qualifies as baseball. Here's Brian.
Derek, this team is like Jekyll and Hyde. It is insane.
you'll have games like you had last night where it's like, oh my gosh, they can do this. They can actually do it. That should be a momentum builder. Like that game with the big Bellinger throw against the Mets. Like when we came back against Brian Wu and Seattle Mariners, and then almost every single time, what do we respond with? Dog shit defense. We get walked all over everybody's opposing field here. We suck at away games. This team is just brutal, man.
And they can't win in extra innings. They can't win close games. The bullpen blows leads all the time. You got guys not covering bases. You got guys throwing to the wrong bases. You got guys just, no chance in the out. I mean, Dominguez looked horrible in the outfield tonight. What kind of routes were those to try and cut the balls off? Just awful, awful. Here's Tony.
Hey, Derek, this is Shawnee, also known as Slime since 09. We're in the bottom of the seventh. I don't care if we win today. I really don't care if we lose today. The errors they have to stop. I wish Boone just got ejected, by the way. I wish Boone put as much energy into riling up his guys, to coaching them to stop making so many errors as he does to call out an umpire for a bad call 3 strike.
100%. 100%. He goes ballistic on the umpires. How about when somebody doesn't cover a base? How about when somebody doesn't slide? How about when we make silly baseball mistakes? How about some accountability towards the players instead of just being, a human bulletproof vest for them from the media asking questions? TK, what is he gain by being so soft? I don't get it. You're just making a soft team.
No, I just think that that's what they want. I've made this point before. That's not, to me, a Boone problem. To me, it's an organizational problem. If they fire Aaron Boone, they will hire Aaron Boone 2.0.
100%.
I firmly believe that. There is no, this is what they want to do. This is how ultimately Brian Cashman wants to run the organization. Hal Steinbrenner, to me, I'm never going to fall. Hal Steinbrenner writes the checks. He spends the money. The problem I have with Hal Steinbrenner is that he is afraid of moving on from Brian Cashman. And that's not to say that Brian Cashman is a bad executive. I'm sure he'd get another job, but there's nothing wrong with saying we need a new voice. We need a new leader. We need a new direction. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that.
Thomas Crowley says, how do you know that Boone doesn't call out his people privately? I don't know that, but if he does, it doesn't work. So maybe try it publicly. Right? I mean, maybe escalate it. We got a call here from Mary Beth. Now, this one, Mary Beth is about as mild-mannered a call as we get. She's always preaching positive energy, and she's a sweet lady. Listen to this shit.
I just want to see, it's Mary Beth, I just want to freaking see Aaron Boone be angry at the players tonight, not at the freaking ump for not making a call. Fucking call out the team because they are sucking.
Mary Beth bringing the fury.
Awesome. Oh man, that was great.
Yes, I want to thank you for bringing up Cashman's real record. He lived off of Stick Michaels players, and he's just been total garbage. Terrible trades, no initiative, no creativity. And the one thing you did forget was, I remember listening to him on Michael Kay during the Aaron Judge free agency. He advised Hal to walk away. Now, can you believe that? He is just a disaster, and I don't understand why he's considered an elite GM. And I appreciate your time. I watch and listen to you all the time.
I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I don't get this whole Brian Cashman being an elite GM. If you are the GM for 27 years of the Yankees, and then you have a stretch of, how long has it been now? Since 2009, 16 years without a championship. I think you can cross elite off the list as, him being a GM. I mean, he is an utter failure as a GM. The budgets he's given. Can you imagine what the Rays would have done with Brian Cashman's budget? They'd have 5 championships in the last 16 years.
I'll tell you what that would be. That would be the Dodgers. They plucked the
Yeah.
Rays GM and put him in LA, and they have Shohei Ohtani. They have a complete baseball team, and they won the championship last year. And baseball is really hard. It's not as easy to win now. And the reason people, or I guess executives, consider him elite GM is because he's always over 500. They're mostly competitive. And listen, I'm a younger Yankee fan, so for me, I was born in 2000. 2009 is the only championship that I really experienced. I didn't experience the 90s dynasty. So for me, it's a weird thing where yes, they've been competitive most of my life. They've always kind of gone to the playoffs, but they get eliminated in the most painful way possible. But like it's better than being like a Rockies fan. But again, the Colorado Rockies are not spending $300 million on their team. So yeah, you would expect a little bit more success, maybe a couple more World Series appearances, not even rings, just appearances, some pennants with that kind of budget. But hey, whatever. That's why he's considered elite, though, is the over 500 thing.
All right, so we're going to turn the page. We've got some home run picks for the weekend against the Phillies. So this will be a quick 2-minute segment, and then we'll get back with some final comments here. So my picks for this weekend, TK. I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt to hit a home run, and I'm going with Austin Wells to hit a home run. Two guys who are not playing tonight. I think that they're due. Wells, it seems like, he gets hot during the summertime, but he's been kind of cooled off lately. I think he's going to run into one. And Goldschmidt, he's just due. I believe in due, and I think Goldschmidt's going to go yard. So I see you've got your takes, and that would have been great takes for yesterday.
Yeah, it would have been nice for yesterday. To be honest, I was feeling it, but with Jazz, he used to be a Marlin, so I think he's used to playing in that ballpark, being in their division for most of his career. Cody Bellinger, I think he's having a really solid season. He's been really good. Basically, if you eliminate the month of April, he's been a really good player, and I think he's just going to go yard. I just feel it with him. But for Jazz, it was a little bit more like former Marlin. He's played in Philly quite a bit. I think he's kind of used to it.
James Faltz says, fire Boone in season, reload at the deadline, full steam ahead. I tell you, it was nice to see the Martian go deep tonight. That was a bullet home run, but the outfield stuff is that was disappointing. That was very disappointing. And, Ben Rice hit the big home run yesterday. He looked rough at first base today. Jazz, I thought the throw was unnecessary, but he's been swinging the bat good. I could get on board with Jazz and Bellinger going deep over the weekend. Phillies are no joke. Did you see Harper and Schwarber both went deep tonight in the first inning? That home run from Harper was an absolute nuke. 350 for his career now.
I mean, dude, they are. I think they are tied with the Mets right now in the National League East for first place. So it's really, and then it's like the Marlins are 10 games back. Marlins surprisingly having an okay season, but it's really just the Phillies and the Mets. So the Phillies are going to be really hungry. I mean, they're in a divisional battle right now. But you want to know something? The most telling thing, Derek, is I'm currently on ESPN. I'm looking at the standings, right? The best run differential in the league is the Chicago Cubs, and they are 1 game back behind the Brewers they have the best record in baseball, 61-41, with a plus 98 differential, right? Then you go over to the AL East, and the Blue Jays are 60-42 with a plus 32 run differential, and the Yankees have a plus 106 run differential.
Well,
they are the second team in the league, and that tells me they are a sloppy baseball team. That's exactly what that stat says.
They beat up on teams with bad bullpens, and they blow out games in their wins, but they don't win the close games. Anyway, if you want to make it interesting, put a few bucks on one of these picks. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers, and get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Now we got to do some quick boilerplate legal stuff, and then back with your comments. We're going to take a breather.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, so we've got some comments here. United Corp says, bring up Spencer Jones. Then we have 2 judges. I hadn't seen what Spencer Jones has done the last couple of days. Look, I don't. He went yard again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Oh my God! I'm gonna pull up his stats. I mean,
Dude,
it's just getting.
He has 10 home runs in 16 AAA games. I think is what I saw.
Yeah, so that wasn't today. Then he already had 10 in 16 games. Let me just pull up. So right now it looks like he is hitting .308 with 26 home runs in the minor leagues, 53 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. And I'm going to pull up his stats over the last few days. So today he went 0 for 1, it looks like. No, he went 0 for 4. DFA him. No,
that was
look,
yesterday,
I mean,
man.
If the Yankees decide to sell at the deadline, I wouldn't be opposed to giving him a shot the last couple of months, see what happens. We had a call about Grisham, about whether or not we should trade Grisham.
Derek, what's going on, man? This is Puma on Long Island. First time calling the voicemail. Love the show. Listen, bro, I got an issue with the Yankee fans, and I understand their view, but I got an issue with the fans that are just looking to trade Trent Grisham right now at the deadline because he's hot. Dude, is Trent Grisham not the quintessential example of the players that we're actually looking to add to this team?
He's not wrong.
The ball players, okay, that can field, that don't do boneheaded mistakes, that have pop, power, can get the hits when we need them to. I mean, why are we so quick to just wanting to trade this dude away? I mean, in my opinion, Big Daddy Grish is here to stay. I think he needs to stay.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. He's actually one of the few ball players on this team. He gets big hits. He hits line drives. He plays good defense. But that also means that he has some value. The Yankees are in a rock and a hard place, and once again, it all boils down to Brian Cashman and his roster construction. Sorry. TK, any final thoughts here before we wrap this up?
Yeah, it's just a clunky roster. They got like 3 legitimate players that should be playing every day that don't get in the lineup. The thing with Trent Grisham is that he's making like $5 million this year. He'll be a free agent at the end of the season. Yes, I think that you definitely want to kind of hold on, like as the caller was saying, like want to hold on to a player that's like that. But the thing with him is like, are you paying him? What is it going to be? Probably $20 million at least next season in free agency. And, I don't know if they're bringing him back. And it's like, to me, I think this is kind of a career year. I don't think that he is this. He's never really had a season this good.
Yeah, maybe he's having that proverbial contract year,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if they deal him. They've got to retool, like you said, if they're serious about making the playoffs. But honestly, I feel like no matter what they do, it's going to end up kind of like 2022, where they pick up a few guys, maybe 1 or 2 of them get injured, and the Yankees go out in the playoffs, probably to Houston, maybe to Detroit. I could see him losing in the first round. I could see him losing in the wild card round, honestly. But without Giancarlo Stanton going ballistic, this team has no chance. So TK, tough night for the Yankees. We'll be back. TK, you going to join us Friday night?
I'll be here Friday night.
All right, so join us Friday night, Yankees versus Phillies, as the misery is sure to continue. We'll see you then. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.